Hey, it's Patreon advertisement time. That's right. Your boy Matthew Donald has a Patreon at patreon.com/Matthew Donald. There you can find bonus content for both my podcast, The Right Wit and Paleobites. For the Paleobites bonus content, we discuss pop culture featuring prehistoric animals. And this month, we're talking about Jurassic World Evolution 2, the sequel to the game that I have 3,000 hours at least on playtime on, and now, after just a couple of months of this one's release, I have about 1,000 on this one. The record held in place by the original game will be broken soon! It's great. Improved upon the original in pretty much every way. Good stuff. Link is in the description before you can sign up to the Patreon. Thank you for your support, and have a wonderful day. I have to do that differently every time. I mean, I don't have to, but I choose to. Why do I bring this on myself?
Roar, growl, snarl, bellow.
Welcome to Paleobites, a podcast that crashes and burns so much we're practically Tyrannosaurus Rex.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah, it's pretty good. No one's made that joke before. My name's Matthew Donald, and each week on a rotating series of guest co-hosts talk about and rate a genus of prehistoric animal, be it dinosaur, mammal, arthropod, and so on. This week, I'm joined by, oh god, what in the world else is there to say about you? Like, how do I even begin to describe Laura Owsley?
Well, I mean, my Twitter bio is just sometimes I'm funny.
Yeah. Well, I was making a Mean Girls reference, you know? It was like, how do I even begin to describe Regina George?
Oh, and I missed a Mean Girls reference?
Yeah. That's like every line of that movie is a meme at this point. Like,
but it's so iconic. Everything about that movie is just,
yeah.
I mean.
One time she punched me in the face. It was awesome.
Awesome. Oh my god, I love your bracelet. That's what I say when I don't like people's like.
Do you think the Karen meme, like the fact that we call people Karen, came from that movie? Now, she's not a Karen.
No.
But there is that line where it's like, oh my god, Karen, you can't just ask people why they're white. And
so
that kind of, there's that kind of like.
Yeah. I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah, like.
I think it's also like, kind of exemplifies how common of a name Karen was for a while.
Yeah. Pity the poor souls that are named Karen Rao. That like.
I once had a full Karen on my tour who I believe was no, she was named Natalie. Now that I think about it, but she was very upset. I had some seasonal allergies, and she wrote that the guide was visibly sick, and I was like, I have some seasonal allergies. Like, I sneezed a handful of times, and like I brought tissues with me to deal with the running nose.
Typical Karen.
Typical Karen.
I love.
So if there were, all right, I'm gonna do this now.
Yes. Yes.
If there were a dinosaur that were like, or a prehistoric creature, of course, that were like the Karens. Right? Who would be like the Karens of the prehistoric world?
I don't know. It's hard to tell because when I think of Karen, I think of like the haircut. Like, and like we don't know what a dinosaur's feathers looked like up there, you know?
This is true. Is there like.
Maybe it's Triceratops. I can see a Triceratops. Because they're kind of depicted as grumpy, usually.
Sure.
Like Sarah. Like imagine Sarah, but older. Like a middle-aged Sarah. That's a Karen.
I totally see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Yes.
So try Karen tops. Like for Sarah, more like Kara in.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a stretch, but.
A bit of a stretch, but like. Yeah, there's a little bit of yoga there, but you like, got there.
Three horns don't play with long necks. Can I speak to the manager?
Right. Like, she was very much on her way, but like I feel like she gets a little bit more empathy as the movie goes on.
But then, you know, as the 12 billion sequels go, she's the same character throughout all of them because they gotta keep it consistent.
You're right.
Yeah, so it's like how every time in every episode of SpongeBob, Mr. Krabs learns that there's more to life than money. Like,
you're right.
By the start of the next episode, it's all about them bills and those greens and those.
Right, and Squidward at the end of every episode is like, you know what? Maybe SpongeBob isn't that bad. And then the next episode, he's like, again, all mad at SpongeBob.
Yes, like that's the thing. Like, you never learn your lesson because you know consistency, status quo.
Right. Admittedly, I never learned my lesson. So like.
Yeah, I'm a full blown Mr. Krabs. I exploit all my workers.
Yeah,
like. Like, see,
How many of us are on this podcast?
yeah, I was gonna say, guess how much I'm paying Laura to be on this show? That's right, nothing.
He's paying me an exposure.
No.
I'll get canceled on Twitter.
No.
Matthew Donald 64.
No. Anyways, we're talking about Platybelodon.
Yes. Okay, so I'm very excited to talk about this. So much so that Matt sent me a picture, and it's all I've been able to think about.
It means flat spear tusk, by the way, is what it means.
That makes entire sense for what this thing is.
Platybelodon, like platypus.
Yes.
Platypus means flat foot.
Okay, but like that's what this thing looks like. It's like
Yeah.
an elephant, but like picture like a platypus tail. It's like the end of the trunk,
Yeah.
and it like
Yeah.
opens up.
Agent Platybelodon.
Agent Phineas and Ferb, but they had a very strange pet.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, not that they didn't already
that's
have
true.
a strange...
A blue platypus is
Did
already.
you see the TikTok from Dan Povenmire, one of the creators?
Right.
Yeah, he talked about like how there's a recent discovery as of 2020 that like under black light, under reflective light, platypus fur is indeed teal blue. And he was like, I freaking called it! Like,
I'm actually a scientist.
I called this when I came up with this character nearly 2 decades ago.
That's how I feel anytime like I throw out like a crazy crackpot theory,
Yeah.
and somebody's like, "Oh yeah," and I'm like, "That's a thing." I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm a super genius." Like everybody's like graced to be in my presence.
I knew this before it was cool.
Yeah. Anytime on this podcast, I wildly state some random idea I have, and Matt has to go, that's the second Jurassic Park movie, Laura. That's just like the entire plot. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
you should really be doing your research before these and watch these movies.
I take this very seriously, so.
Right.
Yeah, so let's get back on track here.
Yeah.
Straighten my tie. Yeah.
He is wearing a collared shirt today.
Yeah. I am wearing a collared shirt today.
I was very offended.
Yeah. I mean, what's better than what you're wearing?
I know.
You're wearing a bathrobe.
What am I wearing underneath it? Heart boxers.
Okay. Well, at least there's something.
I'm trying to not do the paleo bites after dark that the rest of these recording sessions have somehow turned into.
Look. Okay. All right. Anyways, Platybelodon. Type is a proboscid. Order of mammals that include modern elephants.
Okay.
Size 6 feet / 1.8 meters tall. 2.5 to 3 tons. Again.
Oh, that's not as tall as I thought it was going to be.
I mean, it's still an elephant, but it's like a smaller elephant. But
Yeah.
elephants are like 10 feet tall, so like,
Okay. I guess I'm just thinking like we've had at least a handful of creatures that are like 3 meters tall.
yeah. But
Which
again,
is still 9 feet.
Again, we were talking about this with the Incisivsaurus and how light that one is. Think again how dense mammals are. 6 feet tall, 3 tons.
That's a very good point.
That's so dense.
That is, yeah. I mean, that's almost as dense as I am.
Yeah,
in the head.
your BMI is 50,000.
Yes.
It's-
I appear to be a fairly slender person, but actually, if you try to pick me up,
You're
I
like a
am
neutron star.
I'm like a neutron star. Like
1 teaspoon of Laura weighs the same as 12 Mount Everest.
Yeah, that's why I'm actually not allowed on certain mountain roads. So like you can't
Certain
have like.
mountain roads. Some
Right.
of them can handle you.
Well, some of them can't handle me. Okay, so I am thrilled to talk about this
Yes,
creature.
anyways, we'll get to it. So, diet herbivore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, it's still an elephant.
I guess that's fair. That's fair. Also,
How many carnivorous elephants do you know?
several.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's terrifying.
This is also a little bit of a play on my mother's maiden name. It kind of sounds like elephant.
Yeah.
And like that was kind of a running joke, more or less, when we were kids, because my mom has a very good memory.
Oh.
Like a very good memory.
Yeah, no, I get that. And I have a very terrible memory. And
Yeah, so do I.
Coincidentally, my middle name is Goldfish.
Oh.
Nah. So,
Yeah, that's so funny because I actually can't remember my middle name.
that's right. I think you've told me this before. You don't remember your middle name.
That's not entirely true. Like, obviously, I remember my middle name, but
Do
like, I
you?
can never remember how to spell it. That's a problem.
Watch this. It's just Lee. L-E-E.
It's
just
Lee. It's just
Laura Lee
Ann.
Owsley. It's just
It's just
Laura A. Owsley.
L-A-O is my initials. No, like
Laura Marie Owsley. LMAO.
LMA. Let's just. What's a dinosaur? Here we go. What's a prehistoric creature? Doesn't have to be a dinosaur.
Yes.
What's a prehistoric creature that starts with an L and ends with an O?
Oh god, there's got to be one.
We'll figure this out.
There's
by
the
end.
car that's like a Lenovo. Like, it's not a dinosaur, but uses fossil fuels.
That was pretty good, actually. All right.
Time mid-Miocene, 15 to 8 million years ago.
Okay.
So earlier back than the Civatherium, but
Right.
but still not even close to dinosaur time. 65 million years ago is when they died. This is a full 50 million years later. So when
Okay. So, like, stepping a little bit more into modern era.
a little bit, but still no humans whatsoever. Not even like the apes that became humans or whatever you believe, religious people.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Or Jesus in the rib and not the
Jesus in the rib. Jesus went to Adam. It's a very violent story.
violent
to Adam's story. Just clawed at his chest, ripped the rib.
I mean,
rib out.
according to biblical story, like,
I guess it
he
was God.
made of Adam's rib.
Yeah.
So, like,
Eh.
I don't know. That cannot have been a pleasant experience.
I think he was asleep.
Lose a
I
rib.
think they put him in anesthesia. So, okay.
It's fair, I suppose.
Anyways, so location Africa and Eurasia, described in 1928. Pop culture appearances, Ice Age movies from the Meltdown onward.
I don't remember that.
It's a background character. Like you see
Okay.
one like maybe in like a crowd.
Okay.
Like the Discovery Channel documentary Land of the Mammoth. And Jurassic Park Builder, the predecessor to the mobile game Jurassic World the game, that's evil and predatory, and I play it every day.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I've often said, like, this game, Jurassic World the game, with all of its microtransactions and other stuff, it's just as predatory as any of the dinosaurs that's in the game. But boy, howdy, I fall for it. Like,
They're so addicting. And then all of a sudden you're like, why did I spend $4 to get like 3 million gold coins in a game on my phone?
Well,
like, you don't even
it's 'cause
think about
what they
it.
do is they give you time limits. Like, if you don't do this by this certain time, and you have to have this by this certain time. You know, like,
Yes.
it clocks it like this. So it's like, oh, you can get this offer if you do this certain time. It's very manipulative. It triggers those points in your brain that's like, I just gotta do it. It's
I
just this
got it.
one time. This offer is only
Yeah.
valid this one time. Once I do this, it's all over. And then
And it's all over and I'll never be able to do it again. And yeah, it's addicting.
I play it every day. Anyway, so. So, you ever get a big thing of soup or pintos and cheese and think, golly gee, I need to eat this real fast. I don't have a big enough spoon.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, if only my mouth was a giant scoop I could use to shovel up the stew and slurp it down in giant gulps.
I mean, that's a daily problem for me, Matt. How can you help me solve this?
Guess what? You can! If only you travel
What?
back in time and magically transform into a Platybelodon. Easy
Wow.
peasy.
That's my Tuesday.
Yeah. Platybelodon's an early elephant, and it really showed how evolution experimented with different designs, especially in regards to those big fat tusks and trunks elephants are so famous for.
Oh my gosh, this thing is really though. Like, I know I said this about the last few creatures. If you have a minute, take the time, look this up.
Well, if you're listening to this at paleobites.libsyn.com, there will be a picture on the side.
Or Castbox.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, really? It's there too? Oh, cool. The one when it's on Apple Podcasts, it's not there. Yeah.
Maybe that's why you got that one negative review that one time.
It's like, I can't imagine these dinosaurs.
Yeah. Which now that my little brother has a iPhone because he's a trader.
Get him to review it.
I know.
What if it was him?
Oh no. The call is coming from inside the house. The negative criticism is coming from inside my own
From
family.
within the Owsley's family.
Within the Owsleys. There's just a lot of controversy.
Oh, they're putting the ow in Owsley.
Okay, so this creature is very strange.
Yes.
It does like fill out my fantasy though of like, have you ever just been like, you're talking about the soup thing. I feel that way about like ice cream sometimes.
I just want to scoop.
I just want to like be able to like scoop it up with my face.
Mm.
Like, or like if you see like a chocolate fountain,
Oh, yes.
like doesn't like some part of you just want to like be able to like open your mouth and just like let the chocolate flow.
This could be just the rampant toxic masculinity of me talking. But every time I see a watermelon, I want to just take it, heave it as high up as I go, and just smash it.
I could see that. So we got our herbivore from
Yes.
Eurasia.
Yes. What was this weird trunk scoop thing used for anyway? Scientists used to think it acted like a hippo and ate water reeds in the swampy areas of its savanna home. And that's the reason I decided Laura here would like to talk about this creature with me, because you were like, let's talk about hippos.
Yes. I love hippos.
Yeah,
like everybody, so this is a little bit of a nod to a very popular podcast, but they have like a bit where when the host, she says like, everybody thinks of hippos as like these peaceful, docile creatures. No, they are mean.
They are mean. Well, they're responsible for more deaths of any animal in Africa that isn't a mosquito, you know?
Yeah.
Number 1, mosquito. Number 2, hippo.
And I feel like these guys would cause a lot of deaths. The show would be better if I could ever remember the prehistoric creature's name.
Yes, Platybelodon.
Platybelodon. That's fun.
Yes.
I feel like Platybelodons would cause a lot of deaths, but like less in a like aggressive way, like the hippo. I feel like they would just like be kind of doofus.
No, I get that. It can be kind of like without realizing they were doing.
Yes.
The last few times we've talked about like death in the African place. I've mentioned the crocodile Gustav. Yes.
Our good friend.
Yes, and like I remember the first time I said it was responsible for like 3 or 4 human deaths. The next episode I brought up, I was like, okay, I actually grossly underestimated. It was like it's almost 50.
Yeah.
I'm here to report that I again grossly underestimated.
No.
It is over 300.
Oh no.
Like every time I look up this thing, it has killed more people, or like the death count for it has like just gone up. I don't think it's killed that more as I've gone on. I think it's just I just keep forgetting just how many people this thing has killed.
Also, a very large amount of people. I mean, the whole like Tylenol killer killed like.
Why haven't they shot this thing dead yet?
Right? Like, how is it still allowed to like be a citizen? Like, it's obviously not under like, I don't know, swamp arrest or something.
Right.
Like, there's no repercussions for this creature's actions.
Okay, let me go to Gustav's Wikipedia article here.
All right.
Okay, it is rumored to have killed as many as 300 people in the northern shores of Lake Tanganyika.
That's too many. 300 is too many. I'm going to be the first one to say it. If you have killed 300 people, you have killed too many.
Well, look at this. Sex, male, hatched. Instead of born, because he's a crocodile. Hatched. He was hatched in 1955. He is 66 years old.
Good Lord.
And again, he's a reptile. Reptiles grow throughout their entire lives. They never stop growing.
Oh.
He is about 20 feet long.
Okay, yeah, well, I'm officially terrified of Gustav. Yeah, so that's fun. I always kind of picture him as like kind of like cartoony, but like no, this is getting to be more and more of a horror movie.
Okay, here is a picture of the killer himself, Gustav, the one I mentioned on the show several times.
Oh boy, howdy, that thing is huge.
Well, no, look at those wrinkles. Like that is clearly an old man.
Yeah, right, but like an angry old man, not somebody who's like gotten.
Get out of my river!
It's like the guy from Up, right? But like at the beginning of the movie, before his heart softens.
See, I was going like the Clint Eastwood from Gran Torino.
Fair.
Just a mean, angry, ripped old man.
There's a book that I loved as a kid called The Schwa.
Yeah.
And it features a like grumpy, crotchety old man, right? And like I always loved that character, right? Like the crotchety old man who like kind of like his heart opens up a little bit. Plus, he always had a soft spot for his 7 dogs.
Right.
And he had 7 dogs.
That's true. Oh God, guys! Breaking news: Gustav might be dead.
What?
In a 2019 article about travel, writer for Travel American magazine reported learning that Gustav had been killed. It is not said how he was killed or by whom, and no photographic evidence has ever surfaced, and we have not seen him since. He could still be out there.
He could be, but I was kidding. Like, he does not. I mean, okay, well, now I feel conflicted because I do want him to pay for
He's killed 300 people.
He's killed 300 people, and he should pay for his crimes, but, like, I don't know. Let's not get into the death penalty. But
especially if it's a crocodile who doesn't know better, it doesn't abide to human laws.
But like they're like dogs who've bitten children, right?
Okay,
Otherwise,
there's a huge difference between making a child bleed a little and killing 300 people.
right, but we willingly kill dogs who've bitten children.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So by that logic, we should have nuked Gustav.
He should have been public enemy number 1. And I feel like he kind of was. Actually, that's a good point. If he's killed over 300 people, he counts as public enemy number 1.
Yeah, so anyways, look out for Gustav, guys, or the ghost of Gustav. Anyways, Platybelodon.
Our Platybelodon, who is not Gustav, probably did not kill 300 people.
And also probably wasn't even a hippo, actually. It turns out we actually think these weird tusks and trunk thing was used to strip bark off of trees.
Oh.
And it was a fully terrestrial animal rather than semi-aquatic. So sorry, Laura, but this is just hippo-like as I promised.
But I do enjoy this idea that, maybe he was just, really into, maple syrup.
Oh, yeah.
I realize
he was
he's
Canadian,
not
yes.
Canadian, but, still, he just, really liked tree bark.
Yeah. Well, cinnamons from tree bark, trees,
Right. That's true. That's true. I feel like I love the smell of tree bark.
Yeah.
And I feel like if it were edible for humans, that is something that's a forbidden food.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, there are quite a few relatives of elephants back in the day.
Right.
That were more hippo-like, such as Merotherium and, again, save your chuckles, Arsinotherium.
Arse.
But they don't have scoop mouths like Platybelodon, so they're not as interesting. Arsinotherium does have 2 rhino-like horns.
Okay.
But they're pointed outwards.
Do we have any evidence to prove that Arsinotherium?
Yes.
Did I nail that?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Were they an arsonist?
Look, it's hard to say,
Right.
Because, it's so long ago. It could be anything.
Right.
Could be an arsonist. Could
did they
be
start fires?
Could be physician.
Oh.
Could be a philosopher.
Right. Velociraptor.
Yeah.
Wow, that was not correct.
Velociraptor.
That was...
Here's the skull of an Arsinotherium. Look at those horns.
Oh, shoot. Those are...
2 horns pointed outwards.
That is... Okay, not something I would enjoy. But this is also again, I really think that our protagonist here,
the
of this
Platybelodon,
episode, thank you, would have unintentionally caused some deaths just because he's so large. But
yes,
if
6
you were
feet,
to
yeah. Scooping up some, he's getting tree bark, scoops up a woodpecker.
Right. Or even I feel like if you were a magical ray that could turn anything evil.
Okay.
I feel like he would be a very good evildoer. Like a
Okay.
good henchman.
Well, we were talking about, Phineas and Ferb. If Doofenshmirtz pointed like this, was it the Abominable-inator or something? Remember he did that? Or the, I guess there was a Make Everything Evil-inator, and then his rival, what was his name? Oh, Rodney. Had the Make Everything Evil-izer.
What a peak of television.
Game of Thrones, The Sopranos, Phineas and Ferb. All right.
Right up there.
Anyways, let's rate Platybelodon 1 out of 65 million. Okay, before you get to yours, I'm going to get to my silly rating.
Okay.
I'm going to rate it 1 ice cream scoop out of...
Dang it, that was mine.
I knew you were going to do that. I'm quite an Arsinotherium, aren't I?
Hey. Okay. So I would rate this 7 Dumbos.
7 Dumbos.
Right.
So how many pink elephants on parade is that?
Oh, it's too many because, as we all know, this particular prehistoric creature did deal drugs.
Oh, yeah.
To children.
Yeah.
So pink elephants,
Pink. Look, everyone remembers the terrible stuff and the terrible surreal imagery of that. People forget the lyrics.
What were the lyrics?
There's one part's here and there, pink elephants everywhere.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so
there's a couple of those movies that I missed as a child that I tried to go back and rewatch as an adult. I didn't watch Matilda until I was 20.
Oh yeah, no, that movie's dark, man.
Very dark.
Oh man, that movie's dark.
But also, I follow that actress on Twitter, and she's fantastic.
Mara Wilson is great.
We share a birthday.
Oh, really? That's so cool.
Right?
Mara Wilson's she after she did child acting, but now she's a blogger, an author, a writer, you know. Like, she's really funny, and also, this feels super weird to say from when she's known mainly as a child actor, but trust me, look her up. She is quite attractive now.
Oh, she's a very attractive woman.
Yeah, again, she's older than us.
Yes. Oh, yes. She's
mid-30s at this point.
Yeah,
like,
she's an elder millennial. She's on Welcome to Night Vale, which is a popular fictional podcast.
Oh, yeah. And
she voices one of their audiobooks.
Oh, that's cool.
Right?
Yeah, no, Mara Wilson's swell person. I'm gonna rate this 5 Mara Wilsons.
I agree. This is a very good prehistoric creature. It's a very good actress. She would play this creature in the movie.
Yeah.
They like had a voice and like a personality. I feel like Mara Wilson could do them justice.
Yeah. Mara Wilson would be this, and then the sloth would be Kristen Bell because, you know.
Of course, right. As she should be.
Yeah. She did play a sloth in Zootopia. That's
right.
When she said, "Yes, Flash," like when it was trying to say the joke. That one line, that was Kristen Bell.
I didn't know that. That's so fun.
Yeah. Because she loves sloths.
She loves sloths a lot. Like
to an uncomfortable level.
A little. Yeah, so...
Also, I rate this, I don't know, 50 million. It's pretty cool.
Right?
Yeah, like, I've also realized I rate everything's always it's always rounded up to 5. Okay, I'm gonna be weird. 48 million.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Make it unique. 48,500,000 and 2.
And 2. Those last 2 points are for the 2 buck teeth.
Yeah, that's right. This one also has buck teeth. Much bigger than Sisyphosaurus. Or Incisophosaurus. I don't know. Some of the ways I pronounce these, like, I don't look them up, and I'm sure people are like, oh, God. Oh, God.
Oh, God, that's so incorrect. But also, like, he has dinosaur experts, like myself, of course, on...
yes, you're the dinosaur expert.
Yes.
The dinosaur expert.
The only one, actually. Nobody else has ever thought to study dinosaurs before I thought.
I owe so much to you.
Yeah. Your entire book series is dedicated to me.
Yes, it is.
But before you even knew me.
Yeah, exactly. To Laura Owsley, whoever you are.
Whoever you are, somewhere in the world, there is a woman.
If you want to get a hold of the show, you can contact me at mattd@matthewdoncreator.com for any questions to either co-host. You can follow me on social media at MatthewDonCreator on Facebook, and MatthewDon64 on Instagram. Where can they follow you?
They can follow me at ThespianLaura, at ThespianLaura. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram.
You have 2 private TikTok videos.
I have 2 privatized TikTok videos. I've been thinking about making some more TikTok videos, but also, like, my ambitions are so much larger than my actual skill set.
Yes. So, I get that, too. I also have another book called Megazoic, available print and Kindle.
It has a lot to do with dinosaurs.
Yep, no Platybelodon. Bit later, but if I had known... No, but I didn't know. But I did know, and that's why it's not in there.
Well, there will be a spin-off series filled with all of our favorites.
Yeah. They form a superhero team.
Yeah. And they actually just fight the evil villain who...
The Beelzebufo?
The Beelzebufo! Whose henchman is our...
Yes.
Leopleurodon.
Leopleurodon. Wow, a little bitty frog having a giant sea monster as the henchman. Like...
I mean, that makes sense, right? Like, the mastermind is normally, like...
I guess that's true. It's like Darth Vader is, kind of big, but the Death Star is huge.
Right? Thanks so much. Matt has a Patreon.
Yep, it's on the bottom of each episode description.
Should subscribe and listen to us talk about Land Before Time.
And the sequels coming up one of these days.
One of these days, we're going to watch all 1,400 sequels.
All right, that's it for this week. I'll see you at the end of every episode of Paleo Bites. Scoop. Boop. All right, bye.
Bye.